Star has won.
Welcome to Greyhound Gossip, featuring Peter O'Neill. This is where we take a look at the WA Greyhound racing scene, keeping a close look at what is happening on and off the track.
Keep an eye on the clock. She is brilliant, Miata. She stops the clock, 36.55, a new track record. And a very good morning, everyone, and welcome along to Greyhound Gossip. Exciting time. We're only a week away from the box draw of the 2024 Sandgrooper, and the final field has been released, and Explicit currently with Tab Touch the favourite at $3. Big Energy after a brilliant win on Thursday night at Sandown at $4.50. Morton $6. Trooper Tears $7. Hector Fawley $8. Mapunga Smoky $9. Fernando Field $12, and Sunset Frazier beaten at Mandurah on Friday is now the outsider at $13 and the only WA trained chaser in the final of the Sandgrooper. The Ludors Memorial Trophy final was conducted on Saturday night, and a bit of an upset. West on Boomer, who's chasing very well, has now gone back-to-back after being successful in his heat, and he was a very good winner over Uncle Tommy, the Perth Cup winner in the Greyhounds WA Ludors Memorial Trophy final there for Chris Holtz and Gary and Craig West and Linda Britton on Saturday night. Let's head back to 12 months and the Sandgrooper of 2023. Racing, Crumble Manelli came out quickly, showing speed, momentum up on the inside. Crumble Manelli goes to lead. Fernando Mick and also Elite Machine come across from out wide. Trouble on the first corner. Getting through into next position was Fernando Mick, and then followed by Couch Surfer. Well back was Wow, she's fast, but down the back, and Crumble Manelli shot away. In second place, going to second, Momentum, then followed by Elite Machine, who runs on. Behind them, Electrified on the corner. Crumble Manelli's getting tight, coming out of Elite Machine to the outside. Crumble Manelli's fighting though, and Crumble Manelli for Hobby wins. Second goes to Momentum, third Elite Machine, then followed by Electrified. So that was 12 months ago on the Sandgrooper, and of course Crumble Manelli, successful, an outstanding chaser who won close to $1 million in stake money, and his sister Jelly Manelli has been retired, and Cosi Dagostino has been good enough to join us on Greyhound Gossip this morning. Cosi, good morning.
Good morning, Peter.
Big news coming through. Your wonderful chaser who finished second recently in the Galaxy. You've decided to pull up stumps with her, and what are the plans now?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I just she got smashed a week later, and sort of like she's a bit slow early, and I just had a bit of a moment of clarity. They call it, I think, Pete. And I bought her as a brood bitch, and had a bit of luck with her, and yeah, I've retired her.
Tell us.
I'm gonna have puppies, hopefully.
Okay, well, before we get to who you're going to send her to be mated to, let's go back to when you decided and how you actually came about getting Jelly Manelli, and you just sort of emphasised that or prefaced that in the fact that you purchased her on the thought that you would eventually breed from her.
Yeah, look, I think Crumble Manelli was still... He might have won a maiden when I bought Jelly. I just pestered Dave to really just annoyed him. David Hobby just annoyed the hell out of him for a few months, and he finally just said, "Yeah, okay," and he sold it to me, and yeah, pretty much. Then Crumble became, probably the fastest dog in Australia, and I suppose it was just a bit of luck on my part, and obviously Custard Manelli was a super dog as well, and still Pudding Manelli, I think he ran third in the Blue Dorser the other night, huge run, and they're just a sensation. They've won over $1 million for litter, and it just worked out fairly well for me. I was very, very lucky.
You sent her across after she struggled a little bit to win a maiden here in Perth. You sent her across, and she had instant success at Sandown.
Yeah, well, Mandurah was closed, and I didn't go to Northern with her. She's not really suited there, and just going around the same track every week, it was just an idea that I sent it over to Dave Gill, and she trialled sensationally over there, and he was pretty shot. I think she trialled 29:30 at Sandown after 100-odd trials, and he rang me and said, "Geez," he said, "you weren't joking when you said it could run." And the last sectionals are unbelievable, but yeah, it was the best thing I did actually, because Dave did a tremendous job with her. I think she's got the class record at Sandown. She won by 13 1/4 and 34-13 for that race, and was pretty much going to retire her after. Then she won again the week after at Sandown, and I looked at. He gave her a couple more starts over the journey, and I decided to bring her home, and then we got her up to a couple of 600s at Mandurah, and then she wanted 700. I knew she did, and I just wanted people to see what ability she had, because the trial times, her run home times, that were just unbelievable in trials. So, but she's a bit silly in the field. She's not the smartest dog. She just puts her head down and goes. So if something's in front of her, instead of using her brain, she sort of runs into it.
And she almost won a Group 1, flashing home late to finish second behind Weston Booney a few weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago, in that Galaxy final. Yeah,
well, Weston Booney was enormous as well, and I think Savick was a bit unlucky. It took the rail on the bend, and she actually used her brains, Jelly, and went around them. And yeah, she was flying over another stride. She would have won a Group 1, but I was more than rapt to run a place. And off to the breeding paddock.
So her mum, Flake Manelli, she won close to $200,000 in stake money. She had a 29.48 over the 520. I think she went 34.22 or thereabouts, 600, and a 41.29, the second quickest time over the 7.15. She's beautifully bred. We mentioned Crumble Manelli, who won the Sandgrooper. Being by Barshabal out of Flake Manelli, Jelly Manelli is, who do you intend to send her to?
I've bought an Aussie Infrared straw. So he's actually finished now, so was very, very lucky to get one. But they were quite helpful because of obviously they want the best stock they can get for his last few straws. So they were more than accommodating in giving me a straw, and she'll be going over to Sandown when she comes on heat, mated there.
And, of course, Aussie Infrared, the sire of Big Energy, and he's currently the second favourite behind Explicit in this year's Sandgrooper final. So, well worth the mating. We're looking forward to that, looking forward to seeing how valuable her pups are going to be. Will you sell them or will you keep them?
No, I'll definitely sell a few. So, I'm not... if she throws a champion, which I think she will, I'm more than happy to have the bitch and let's other people into the game, and there's quite a lot of interest already. I knocked back a couple of offers for her when people found out she was retired. So I'm just going to, maybe do a syndicate or something. We'll work it out, but no, they'll definitely be for sale.
All right, so Crumble Manelli's sister Jelly Manelli retired, and she'll be going to Aussie Infrared. Good luck with her, Cosi. Thanks for joining us.
No worries. Thanks for your time.
Good on you. Cosi Dagostino joining us online this morning. Let's continue on with Greyhound gossip. And we just mentioned Big Energy and Aussie Infrared. And, of course, Big Energy racing for Mintbet in the Sandgrooper. Currently the second favourite and well supported after a brilliant victory on the Thursday night when returning at Sandown. And Kel Greenough, the husband of trainer Jackie Greenough, is about to join us on Greyhound gossip. Kel, thanks for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
How are you?
Yeah, very well, thanks.
And how did Big Energy pull up after that brilliant return there on Thursday night?
Yeah, it pulled up very well. Had a bit of a problem leading from his last start, and we had to stop and fix. And we'd had a few trials to basically make sure everything was okay. And he just needed to get a clear run the other night, which unfortunately did.
Had he been trialling well and giving you the inclination that he was going to go 29.15 or thereabouts?
Look, he trialled about 2 lengths slower. First run back, a little bit underdone, I guess. So, yeah, probably thereabouts. Like Sandown, just like every track, varies a bit with their times. So you just never know how the track's going to run. But, no, pretty happy with the run and everything went well.
And what are the plans now? Do you bring him straight across to Perth, or will he have another start prior to the Sandgrooper on Thursday week?
No, I'm actually heading over today. I'm going to get the dog settled in at Steve Withers and be trialling him probably Thursday.
Okay, so
just a reminder. Yeah, just another reminder of the track. Obviously, he's been here a few times, and just thought it was a better idea to give him a look before he sort of goes round.
I'll talk about him in a little bit in a moment, but you've had a lot of experience in the slot racing, of course, with Sportsbet. You had the wonderful run with Wow She's Fast in the 2 runnings of the Phoenix, and then you came across last year, of course, for the Sandgrooper with her. What's your experience been like this year with Mintbet, who are a new company that's come on board and really heavily promoting the Sandgrooper?
Mintbet have been fabulous. Everything they've done, they've been thoroughly professional. They come out and do a little video shoot out here. They're at the track on Thursday night. They're just a wonderful group of people trying to get their business up to the top level. So wish them all the best of luck. They're just a pleasure to deal with.
Now, of course, Big Energy was bred over here in Western Australia. Michelle Romer's wonderful chaser, Tiamo's daughter, Armo Belair, and Hayley Moore, who are two young ladies that are involved in Big Energy. They must be excited to have this greyhound that they love so much and who's won over $460,000 for them come back to WA.
Yeah, I think it's probably a win-win because, all the owners living in Perth, it's in front of their home crowd and, let's face it, these races are what we really love to go in our greyhound racing. So the fact that he's going to do it in front of the home crowd, the fact that he's a West Australian probably makes it all better.
There's 7 Victorian runners in this year's final of the Sandgrooper. Kel, we probably could have had the race at Sandown and saved us a bit of money from travelling across. But what do you make of the field? He's currently the second favourite behind Explicit at $3. Morton currently at $6. Trooper Tears, who ran that sensational time over here in Perth in the heat of the Perth Cup at $7. Hector Fawley, $8. Mapunga Smoky, $9. Fernando Phil, $12. And the WA chaser Sunset Frazier at $13. How do you see the field? And we know how quick he is, but where would you be hoping to draw next Monday?
Yeah, look, I think you'd probably be hoping not to draw immediately inside one of those fast-beginning railing dogs. But obviously we always love the red box, but, if the dogs around him are, 2, 3, 4 and they're going to crash to the fence, well, he's going to have to hold his ground. But I think it's just going to depend on where the others actually draw. There's so many great dogs in this race. It's an absolute brilliant field as far as ability goes. There's not one dog in that race who can't run very fast. So these races are extremely tough to win and you need everything going your way, including the box draw and luck. So I wouldn't like to put any dog in front of any other dog. There's just too many great dogs in this race.
He ran second in the Melbourne Cup. He ran second in the Adelaide Cup, of course. He won the shootout, and it was just behind the winner in the Top Gun. And he also made that Group 1 final back in February behind Explicit, which was the Tim Lee from memory. Do you think that he's racing at that same level now?
Look, I don't think there's much between it. Look, when he went the shootout time, he went a brilliant time, but the track was a little bit faster. He probably needed that hit out the other day and another hit out to be back to his 100% with fitness. So I don't really think I've got any excuses as far as the way he's going to be going into the race. He'll go in very close to 100%, and he's just going to need luck like every other dog in the race.
It's exciting for us over here in WA, the second running of the Sandgrooper, and this is one of the best fields that we've ever put together in Western Australia, and it's our richest race, the $600,000 Sandgrooper. Looking forward to seeing how he trials on Thursday, Cal. Enjoy the trip across to WA. We've got some beautiful weather at the moment, around 30 degrees expected in Perth today, and probably similar right the way through the week. So enjoy your stay over here in WA, and good luck in the final of the Sandgrooper.
Thanks very much, Chris.
Good on you. Kel Greenough joining us on Greyhound Gossip, and outstanding Big Energy coming across, and what a field it is as well. I mentioned Big Energy running second in the Melbourne Cup, but of course the Tim Lee winner in Explicit, who was brilliant on Thursday night as well. Might not have gone as quick as what Big Energy did go, but gee, it was a really big win, and he will strip fitter, I would have thought, after winning the Shepparton Cup at his previous start. And then you've got other greyhounds in the race, like Morton, who won the Gold Bullion earlier in the year up in Queensland, and of course finished third in the Silver Chief behind Mapunga Shine. Also finished fifth in the Tim Lee in that same race that Explicit was in. Trooper Tears, who started favourite in the Group 1 Sky Racing Perth Cup and went 29.39 in his heat. And the important thing for him is where he's going to draw next Monday. Speaking of that, next Monday morning here on TAB Radio, Racing and Sport on Greyhound Gossip at 9:05, the stewards, the integrity department, will be joining me in the studio, and we will have the box draw for the Tab Touch Sandgrooper live here on TAB Radio, Racing and Sport. That's next Monday morning at 9:05. And then Andrew Hamilton will join us from Tab Touch. He'll get the latest market up quickly straight after the box draw has been conducted. David Short also will be going through his thoughts on after the box draw how he sees the race being run and won. So other runners that are also in the final, and I'm hoping to be joined by James Vandermaat in a few moments' time. Hector Fawley, of course, who ran fourth in the Rookie Rebel over the 600 metres, won the Hume Cup, but a greyhound that's also run over the 500 metres and run some sensational times, has won over $400,000 in stake money and comes across to WA. So the Western Trilogy Field Explicit for Punters HQ, Mapunga Smoky for Ram Racing Syndicate, Fernando Phil for Sportsbet. We have Big Energy for Mintbet, as I mentioned. Hector Fawley for Ladbrokes. Sunset Frazier Racing for Aaron Bain Racing and Bloodstock, Summit Bloodstock. And the other runner that I failed to mention was Trooper Tears, of course, who runs around for Total Container Solutions and Team Britain. So just on Hector Fawley, I mentioned that he won the Hume Cup over the 600 metres. Mapunga Smoky ran third in the Group 1 Sky Racing Perth Cup early this year, went 29.58 in his heat win. He finished fifth in the Australian Cup behind Tim Zoo, and also finished third in that same Adelaide Cup that Big Energy was in behind Transponder, finishing third in the Adelaide Cup in October last year. Fernando Phil, a greyhound who ran fourth in the recent Shepparton Cup, defeated Explicit in the Group 2 Hume Cup. That was back in early March. He finished sixth in the Australian Cup behind Tim Zoo, and also was in the final of the Silver Chief behind Mapunga Shine, that a lot of these very good greyhounds have been able to go around in. So the market with Tab Touch that's currently up for the Sandgrooper and Explicit's currently at $3. Big Energy $4.50. Morton $6. Trooper Tears $7. Hector Fawley $8. Mapunga Smoky $9. Fernando Phil $12. And Sunset Frazier is currently quoted at $13.
Catch a wave with us, Regency Foods, in this year's Nullarbor slot race. We're giving away Catch a Wave merch packs on the Sports Daily, culminating in a VIP prize pack with 2 tickets to Gloucester Park in Regency Foods VIP area, where you'll meet Kate and Andy Gath and Catch a Wave himself.
But packing plenty of power, it's Catch a Wave, and it's going to win it.
Be listening to the Sports Daily to see how you can catch a wave with us at the Nullarbor.
The seamless joins of a carpenter. The arrow straight lines of a welder. The sharp 90-degree corners of a bricklayer. True skill is easy to see if you know where to look. It's the same with your work boots. Steel Blue boots are made with premium materials and technology designed for all-day comfort and durability. That's how since 1995 we've been helping tradespeople be their best. Steel Blue, a mark of true skill.
You're tuned into TAB Radio, Racing and Sport. Take TAB Radio wherever you go by listening on the Tab Touch app.
I mentioned on Saturday night that David Hobby is currently on 97 wins for the year, which is remarkable considering we're just into the first week of April, and he's already had 97 winners for the year to date. So let's see how he goes in being able to turn Sunset Frazier around, who I personally don't think is suited to Mandurah, but we'll find out. He'll be going back to Cannington, of course, and the box draw is going to be all important for him, as it will be for all of these runners, and we'll have the box draw for the Sandgrooper, the $600,000 Sandgrooper, to be conducted on Thursday week, the 18th of April, and we'll have the box draw next Monday morning here on TAB Radio Racing and Sport. And representing Tab Touch is, of course, Morton. He's currently at $6 for the Sandgrooper. Jason Sharp, his trainer, has been good enough to join us on Greyhound Gossip this morning. Jason, good morning to you. How is Morton, and what are the plans leading into the Sandgrooper, which is less than 2 weeks away?
Very exciting. It feels a lot closer now. Probably going to trial him in the next few days. That's the plan, and just give him a hit out, just a horseshoe over here, and then probably head over there next Tuesday.
Outstanding. He won't have another start then. How's he pulled up since his last run, where he was sensational?
Oh, really good. I was really happy with the run. Just got beaten by a better dog in the night, I think, but he's probably a touch underdone. But it was I was really happy with his splits, and even his run home was pretty good. He's just got beaten by a better dog on the night. So it.
Yeah, the greyhound that he, of course, got beaten by won again on Saturday night, Yachi Bale. I think from memory that run the week before was the quickest that we've had at the Meadows so far this year.
Yeah, it is. It was one out of the box. It was by far its best run there ever. So, yeah, he improved his PB by 5 lengths on the night, so that was unbelievable.
Has it been difficult for you and Jessica in being able to plan this, or because of the fact that Tab Touch signed you up so early, has it made it easier for you to work out a preparation for him leading into the final of the Sandgrooper on Thursday week?
Oh, it's hard. It is a little bit difficult in a sense. You want him to be cherry ripe, so it is hard. You sort of from a normal group race, it's not normal, if that makes any sense. So you have to work around it, and you want him primed for that next Thursday. So we hasn't been easy, especially he's had a couple of minor issues going into it and all that. Probably stuffed us up, but in hindsight, probably was good as well, because I think flying to Perth maybe 3 weeks in a row probably would have taken a bit out of him. After the first trip, even the first trip, it took a bit out of us. So you got to think that it's going to take a bit out of the dog as well. So maybe it might be a blessing in disguise. So
Seven Victorian dogs are into the final of the Sandgrooper, so you know the form very well. We saw Explicit and Big Energy both win on Thursday night at Sandown. They were both very, very impressive. How do you see his form, Morton's form, compared to the other 6 Victorians?
Yeah, it's hard to gauge, I suppose. But, if he gets a clear run, he's probably... it's like any of the dogs in the field. If they get a clear run and, they can win the race. And I think he's one of them as well. Sort of, if he gets a bit of clear air in that first, up to the post the first time, I think he's a big chance. So I think box draw is going to be really important. So... Stewards rang me this morning. They said they're doing the box draw next Monday, I think, at 9 o'clock.
Yep, so Monday morning on Tab Radio on Greyhound Gossip, the program that we're on now, 9:05. You'll be able to tune in anywhere around Australia at tabradio.com.au. We'll also have it on our socials on Facebook and also on our Twitter feeds live, so you'll be able to watch that streaming in Victoria. If you had the choice now and we gave you a choice of the box draw, where would you like to draw with Morton?
1 or 8, I think. Yeah, you sort of want to be... There's going to be a lot of speed to that first turn, so if you're in 8, I think you probably get a bit of clear air out there. Or 1, I suppose. You never knock back box 1 in those big races, so that's what I'd be happy with, but he'll probably get his normal box 5.
Well, we'll find out next Monday morning. Jason, thanks for taking our course at short notice this morning. Good luck with him. You've only got another 9 or 10 days to wait until we see this wonderful field and the wonderful Morton, who will be representing Tab Touch in the $600,000 Sandgrooper at Kennington on Thursday, the 18th of April. Enjoy the trip across and keep us informed on how he trials later in the week.
Thanks, Pete. Have a great day.
Good on you. Jason Sharp joining us on Greyhound Gossip. Make sure you tuned in next Monday morning. We'll have the box draw for the $600,000 Sandgrooper here live on TAB Radio, Racing and Sport.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.